will be known as the Great Seer or the Sea of the Seer, preaching nothing but the undiluted truth. And today we have come to talk about uh, uh, there is a welcome address by the Alliance for Sahel, uh, as in the three Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. There are things that they said about what is happening in Nigeria and the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. And they mention names. They mention names, but the Nigerian, which they know that they are complicit to what is happening in Nigeria, they refuse to bring those names that we are mentioned by Alliance of by Sahel Alliance. They refuse to bring those names. Part and parcel of the names that they mention Atiku Abubakar, they mention governor of Borno State, they mention many, including senators, who are part and parcel of the sponsors of terrorism, which means there is a clear stand that these very people are sponsoring terrorism for Islamic benefit, for Islamic jihad, just a land grabbing to pursue the indigenous population and claim the land. Now, that reminds me to the things that have come. It is in Nigeria now. They are saying that pastors, bishops, and even Catholic priests, like in question of Bishop Kuka, said no, that there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria, that there is nothing called Christian genocide in Nigeria. And if you can tell yourself this to be sincere, how can all these very people be saying there is nothing like Christian genocide in Nigeria? Do not add Nigeria into CPC. What are they calling it? Yeah, CPC. That is CPC. That is country of private or whatever consign that they want to add Nigeria. Now, it is the Catholic, it is the pastors, it is the priests who are saying don't add Nigeria. There is no terrorism in Nigeria. But the reverse is the case in terms of Niger, Mali, and I think Burkina Faso. They are saying that even those that they captured, talking about genocide in Nigeria, even those that they captured, they are pointing fingers that there is genocide in Nigeria. There is genocide. Atiku Abubakar was mentioned. None of these very people, we are able to mention the name of Atiku Abubakar. A lot of their names, including Tinubu, was mentioned, the president of Nigeria. But in Tinubu's case, they said the aides to Tinubu, none of them mentioned the names of people. Now, I want to ask you people, for those of you who are talking about one Nigeria and not seeing the danger happening in that country, I want to ask some of you a question. What is it that you want to defend in that country? Show me one single thing. A country where a governor is a terrorist. If you are even being attacked, who will be there to defend you? Because governors are terrorists in that country. Senators are terrorists in that country. If you are being attacked as ordinary citizen, who is going to defend you? Or who can you cry to? Because the Senate House that you will cry to, you have a senator who is a sponsor of Boko Haram. You have a president who sits where his cabinet are Boko Haram. You have a governor of a whole state who is a Boko Haram member. And there are things that we need to tell ourselves the truth. Nigeria needs to be divided. Nigeria, by fire, by force, need to be divided. And I will tell you why. I will tell you why Nigeria must be divided. Why is number one? If a country where you have a president, a Boko Haram sympathizer, a governor, a Boko Haram sympathizer, a senator, a Boko Haram sympathizer, elected officials, Boko Haram sympathizer, what are you doing in such a country? It means that you must be free. You must stand up to tell yourself, oh, total disintegration of this animal kingdom remains the key. Let me be free from these very people. Apart from intimidating you in Nigeria, another person that is intimidating you is fear of standing against the oppressors. If you conquer that fear of standing against the oppressors, because some of you, when you want to stand up, you will say, oh, if I speak now, these very people are going to call police for me. They are going to they are going to lock me in jail. That is fear. How many people can they lock? That is fear. Check countries that have conquered fear. They live to see the change. They live to see the change. You cannot live in a country where Niger, Senegal, and Mali, Burkina Faso, Mali, and what are they? Senegal, said that most of the people, because they are different, they are not part of ECOWAS. They are now telling you most of the terrorists that they have caught are part and parcel of Boko Haram. Most of the terrorists that they have caught are part and parcel. Their own confession is that the governors in Nigeria, senators in Nigeria, to the extent of mentioning Atiku, and there comes Atiku Abubakar will be the president, the next president of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar. And then this is a man that have been named in terrorism index, in those captured terrorists, that this man is part and parcel of the ones sponsoring us. This is a man, clear case, that have been mentioned to be part and parcel of terror. These are the people that will be your next president. Have you asked yourself, what do you stand to gain? Have you asked yourself, if I cannot fight for myself, and these very people whom I fear very much are part and parcel of those sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria, they take over, what is my fate? Have you asked yourself? These are the questions that most of you have to ask yourself. Where do I belong? Christian genocide in Nigeria is not a play card. It is reality of the day. Do you know why they commit such a genocide against you? Because most of you are afraid. Most of you are afraid. If you stand up and say, oh, divide this animal kingdom, divide this country, it is not paying us anymore. They are going to divide that country. But will you stand up? That's what I am asking most of you. Will you stand up? Will you speak up? Look at how many people are being killed in Nigeria every day. Terrorists can make call. In Nigeria, you have NIN, you have many registration that you go into. In Nigeria, if you're a Yahoo boy, EFCC will trace you to your house and arrest you. What are they calling it? All the whole telecommunication, if you're a kidnapper, all the whole telecommunication will review your location. But if you are a terrorist, a Fulani terrorist with the name bandits, these very people, they do TikTok. They do all manner of platforms in Nigeria, in the same Nigeria. Nobody traces them. Nobody arrests them. Nobody brings them to book. And I continue asking people, is that the type of country that you want to be? If they are serious that they want to curb what is happening, the mayhem, the carnage, the fear of people. People go out in the morning with no trace of returning home. Children go to school with no hope of coming home. That is a country called Nigeria. In fact, I laugh when I see some Oyibo. Then they talk say, oh, there is 35 people killed in Nigeria every day. Man, you people are playing. People that are being died in Nigeria are more than 100 every day. Is it 35 people? Is it the people that they pick in the street? Are you aware that a place in the eastern Nigeria, which is Biafra territory, the people looking for their freedom, are you aware that people are being traced to their homes and forced to disappear under the Islamic State of Nigeria without trace? These very people are going to bounce into these very people home, take them, and you will never see those people that they take returning to their homes. Yoruba, they call them Otilo. Those people are gone. The next thing you see their siblings making a case, going to police station, going to this and that, they can never see them. Is that the type of country that they want to be? So I laugh when I see some Oyibo, though it's very good that they are beginning to speak up about the atrocities in Nigeria, but the thing there is that they still exaggerate it, that 35 people are died in terrorism in Nigeria. Should we say a full bus that they kidnap every day? Is that the people that they are counting, or the people that they are using the Nigerian army to perpetrate? Now, there is something that I brought to my stream in the afternoon, but YouTube interrupts my stream. YouTube, please. What I do here is lecture based on people, based on the day-to-day life, and you must allow this stream. You must allow the stream so that people will know their faith and their security. What we do here is not crime, it is preaching of the gospel. You must allow the stream, please. Now, there is something that I brought to my stream in the afternoon about this genocide of 18 that is happening in Nigeria. In the eastern region, where you see people talking about freedom with ordinary flag, they proscribe them as a terrorist organization just because they have ordinary flag. I have 37 live viewers and only 3 people have hit the like button. In eastern region of Nigeria, which is Biafra territory, you have people talking about freedom with ordinary flag. And the next thing the government said, oh, you know what? These very people are terrorists. Yes, they are terrorist organization. And they proscribe them. They shoot them. They enforce them to disappear just because they talk about their own freedom. They shoot at them and they enforce them to disappear. But in northern region, we have a real-time terrorist that are terrorizing everyone, everywhere. Everyone knows about these very people. But you know what? They said, oh, these are bandits. They are bandits. And you see sitting governors booking out time to be with these very people that they call bandits. Booking out time to stay with them, dialoguing with them, sitting down with them, saying, oh, you know what? These are people that, these are youths, aggrieved youths. What are they aggrieved about? Buying of people. And they call them aggrieved youths, with scores of people being buyed. And they can book up a canopy, rent a DJ, set a chair and sit on them, play a music, and said they are dialoguing with these very people. Even though that the people that they said they are dialoguing with will come with all manner of ammunitions and Okada to the event, they will protect them, and said, oh, they are aggrieved youth. But you see those people talking about their own freedom with ordinary flag. Oh, just deal with them, buy them, deal with them as